Hello, Anna. It's Friday, and I have a cold. So, I'm sorry if I end up coughing in the middle of this video. I'll try to edit as much of that out as possible. Also, you'll notice my shitty setup here. We're returning to the books as tripod operation, even though there's a tripod on top of the improvised tripod. Yeah. Also, I'm sitting on my bed, which is a bunk bed, so I can't sit up straight. I'll stop that. But there's someone here to see you. Say hi. Yeah, YouTube really doesn't need to see my stuffed animal cow. We'll let that slide too. Apparently I'm just being a real awkward fest today. Maybe it's the cold medicine. That stuff makes me so loopy. I'm not kidding. So let's see. What should I tell you about? Well, I'm crossing my fingers that I'm actually able to get this video up tonight, because usually it takes me 4 or 5 tries to get a video uploaded to YouTube here, because our internet is absolutely awful. But I told you I would be making my videos on Friday now. It is Friday, therefore, come hell or high water, you will have a video from me. So there. I went to the West Country last weekend, which includes Bath, Wells, Glastonbury, Avebury, places like that. I saw Stonehenge. I also saw a Stonehenge that is not the Stonehenge, and that was at Avebury. It was very cool. I got to, touch the stones. You probably saw pictures of me, all over the rocks. Yeah, see, if you tell me I'm permitted to touch something, I have to not only touch it, but flail and put my entire body on it and fondle whatever that thing happens to be, which is why museums hate me. Speaking of museums, I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum yesterday with my Victorian Art and Society class. It was really awesome, and as you might expect, there are a lot of please do not touch signs, which, saddens me deeply. But there were some things that said please touch because it was sort of educational, and I touched. That sounded a little sketchy. Please ignore that too. Wow. Yeah, I also did a lot of tactile activities when we went to the Wells Cathedral, because it's just huge and awesome and beautiful, but you had to pay to be able to take pictures inside the cathedral. And Anna, I am a cheap individual. I am very cheap, and I was not willing to shovel over 3 pounds to take pictures in the cathedral. So I figured if I wasn't going to have clear visual memories of the experience, I needed very, very concrete tactile memories. So I touched everything. I was like, here's a column, here's the floor, here's a chest that they transported something important to Christianity in. I don't know, there's a lot I don't understand about cathedrals, because, as you know, I'm Jewish. What else did I touch? I touched a bunch of tombs. No joke. You know how they do the busts of people lying down on top of the coffins? My friends were like, oh my gosh, it's just like Lord of the Rings. I was like, where do you think Lord of the Rings got it from? Anyway, I touched a bunch of those. It was good times. The people whose tombs those were probably wouldn't have appreciated me at all. But it was really interesting. It was beautiful. And Wells Cathedral also has the second oldest clock in it, and that clock has the oldest original hands of any clock in, I guess, the world, which, is a big deal, because that's old and stuff. And we watched the clock strike 4:45. It's a really beautiful clock, and along the top are 2 sets of knights who joust in a circle when the clock strikes every 15 minutes. So that was pretty sweet. You know how I love knights and jousting and everything medieval, and A Knight's Tale and Heath Ledger, and I went out last night. It was fun. We went to a bar called Belushi's, which is like the only place we ever go. And even when we were in Bath, experiencing an entirely new city, we ended up at a Belushi's. And we found out that one of the hostels we're staying in over spring break, one of the ones in Italy, or if it's the one in Paris, but it's right next to a Belushi's. So pretty much we're never going to be rid of this bar, at least not until we get back to the States. Belushi's, it's a good time. I met an Australian dude. You know, whatevs. And then today we cleaned our flat. It was thrilling and sweaty, and we have no hot water at the moment, so I took an ice-cold shower. Like, I'm imagining this is what it would feel like to fall through the ice into a frozen lake. And I took that shower because I was sweaty and I wanted to be clean. But after washing my hair and feeling the intense pain of the cold water on my scalp, I was really regretting that decision. Well, that's about all I have for you for now. I think I actually talked quite a lot just then. I'm boring. Even here in London, I am boring. But I do hope that you enjoy hearing about my exploits here. I can't wait to go to Italy and see Rome, and I promise you the first thing I do when I get to Rome, I'm going to be like, this is where Ezio is from! And it's going to be doubly nerdy because A, I'm talking about a video game, and B, I'm talking about a video game I've never played. I am that cool, Anna. I am that cool. And as you can probably hear, my voice is slowly diminishing, so I'm going to wrap this video up with a good old-fashioned Hoo-Ha Nerd Fighters, DFTBA. And we watched the clock strike quarter till, tongue twisters.